will give my apologies. Jerry Harvey could not make it, so you're stuck with just me. So I promised Jerry I would do one thing. You are all taking pictures, so I will take a picture of you now.
咁 Mandy 話佢應承過 Jerry 咧，你影佢嘅同時咧，佢亦都會影一影翻你嘅。
Everybody say hi, Jerry.
講 Hi Jerry 啦，大家。Hi Jerry.
He will be pleased. Okay. Okay, so we're here to introduce the new Performance series, and I'm going to give you a little background on JH Audio for those of you that don't know the company, and kind of an update on what we're doing now. I've been coming to Hong Kong for many years now, probably 20, 25 years, and because I've been involved in the audio industry for that long, and I used to run several high-end audio companies, one being Cardis Audio. Yeah, it's one of my favorite places to come, but before I did that, I was a monitor engineer for big rock bands like Fleetwood Mac and the Rolling Stones. For those of you younger than me, and that's probably the entire room, that was a very long time ago in the 70s. So hopefully you all recognize the bands I'm talking about. So one thing I want to ask is, I'm going to give you some information about Jerry Harvey Audio and some specific things. And then afterwards, you have to pay attention because I'm going to ask some questions. And for those who answer those questions right, I have some things for you. So basically in 1995, Jerry was the engineer for the band Van Halen. And Alex Van Halen, the drummer, asked Jerry if he could, there was no IEMs then. So he asked Jerry if Jerry could make him something that he could put in his ear so he could hear his drums better. So Jerry took hearing aid parts and experimented. And after a few months, he made something that Alex Van Halen liked very much. And then the other bands that would play with Van Halen saw these earpieces and asked Jerry to make them for them as well, like Motley Crue and Skid Row and bands like that. So shortly after that, Jerry started his first company called Ultimate Ears. And Jerry sold Ultimate Ears about 7 years ago. And 5 years ago, we started JH Audio. And now we have over 75% market share of all the big pro touring bands. So Jerry Harvey JH Audio ear monitors are being used now by Rolling Stones, Alicia Keys, Maroon 5, Lady Gaga, Madonna, U2, just about everybody that you can think of. So Jerry has always led the industry through innovation, so improving the earpiece and improving the performance. The number one thing JH Audio is concerned about is the audio, the sound. He's been awarded many US patents for his innovations as an inventor, and some of those you may have heard about, like Free Phase. That's where we make sure in a multiple driver earpiece, everything arrives at your ear at the same time, in phase. We're also the first ones to use multiple quad balanced armature drivers. Okay, all Jerry Harvey IEMs are handmade, one pair at a time in the USA. Yeah, this is not a mass-produced product. They're made specifically for people, and the Universals are made exactly the same way that the Customs are, by hand. This is our state-of-the-art building in Orlando, Florida, which is where Disneyland is, so it's not just famous for JH, there's Disneyland. All right, so we're here to talk about the Performance series, and this is a series of Universal products that are the same as their counterpart in the Custom. And what we did on this was we really looked at how a Universal fits. You know, if a lot of you have used a Universal, it never quite fits like a Custom fits. As you all know, getting a proper seal in the ear is the only way to get good solid bass. So what we did was we embarked on a year-long study of all the Universal, all the custom pieces we make. And we have 40,000 ear impressions in the factory. So what we did was we looked at those ear impressions that we made the customs from for people like Lady Gaga and Mick Jagger, and even just for those of you and for your labels, okay? And what we did was we looked and saw what are the similarities that all custom earpieces have? So one of the things that we noticed was this angle here. It's a 10% angle up into your ear that had to do, all the customs had that same angle. They also had the same shape here that fits in this part of your ear. So we set out to make a universal shell that would fit as close to a custom shell as we possibly could. The only way to do this, we found, was to use computer modeling to design the shell so it fit more like a custom piece. So we computer modeled them, and then we found that the only way to manufacture the shell was through 3D printing. By the way, just so you know, that curve in the tip is 10%. Might be important later. Okay, so this is the 3D printer we use at JH Audio. It's from 3D Systems, and it's over $500,000 for the printer. Now, most manufacturers, when you manufacture an earpiece or a set of headphones, when you start to build them, you have a reference sound curve. And that's when you match your production to. Most manufacturers use, if you have a curve, they use plus or minus 3 dB as their range that they match the earpieces to. At JH Audio, we match each earpiece to 1 dB plus or minus. It's the tightest in the industry. So what you get from us is, they're made in pairs, left and right. So everything is exactly matched, and I think we're the only manufacturer that does that. So when we did the Universal series, we decided that the first earpiece we wanted to do was probably our most famous earpiece, the Roxanne. Now, we took a little chance here when we named the Roxanne. Of course, it's named after the famous Police song, Roxanne. We did not ask Sting if we could use it. But I'm happy to say on Sting's current tour, the way he's out touring in the world now, he uses Roxanne's now. And of course, the Siren series and the Roxanne, the Layla, the Angie, they're all named after famous rock songs about women. Because one thing I think we all have in common is we all like good sound and we all like women. Just so you know, Layla is from an Eric Clapton song. Angie is from a Rolling Stone song, and Rosie is from an AC/DC song. And the AC/DC tour right now, they're all using Rosies on stage. All right, so the Roxanne is exactly the same as the Roxanne that you get in a custom in the Universal. Same performance, sonically. But the new shell makes sure that you get the best performance. And one criticism we used to get from Asian markets is that our earpieces were too big. So the performance shells are 40% smaller than our other Universals. Now the Roxanne is a 12 driver per ear, so it uses quad bass, quad mid, and quad high. And you have adjustable bass on the cable from up to 12 dB. Possibly one of our other most famous earpieces was the JH16. And what we decided to do was we decided to upgrade the 16 so it now has a quad high driver, a dual mid, and a quad low. So it used to be an 8 driver, now it's a 10 driver. Now the 16, as I said, it's a 10 driver, and you have adjustable bass from 0 to 10 dB. This was a mistake, it's not 12 dB, it's 10 dB. The next most famous piece that JH ever made for audiophiles, audiophiles love the JH13. So we decided we're going to upgrade the JH13. So the JH13 now has dual low, dual mid, and quad high. Now I'll tell you a little secret about the 13. We use the same quad high as we do in the Layla. Now for less than half the price of a Layla, you get a lot of performance out of the 13. Now some of you may notice that on the 13 I'm showing you here, that's a walnut faceplate, real wood walnut faceplate. But we also made, just for Hong Kong and China, we made a special faceplate which is silver or chrome, with the blue logos. So this is China and Hong Kong market are the only markets that have it. And the Performance series is now shipping worldwide, but I will say I opened Hong Kong market first because I always need an excuse to come to Hong Kong and see this beautiful view and eat great Chinese food and see you guys again. So thank you very much and enjoy.
好啦，咁啊。